Om Shanti. I am a being of peace. I am a being of light inside a body of matter. And is this body of matter and this dimension of matter that pulls me and that mixes with the real I, making me fall asleep and making me forget my true essence, my original form. And so to be aware that I am inside a body of matter and to notice the reactions inflicted by the dimension of matter and the body of matter. To notice those reactions is to build up seconds of awakeness to the truth, awakeness for or to know and to keep experience who I am and to keep experience the real ones inside these bodies of matter that are performing a part, a fixed part in the film, that they too majority of the times are influenced by the reactions of matter, by the reactions of the lowest consciousness. And that is my fortune in today's class from the beautiful Supreme Soul. He comes again and reminds me of this fortune. What is my fortune? It's not a physical one. It's not money or new shoes or new car or big house. My fortune is to know the truth and to be able to be in truth, to be able to maintain the intoxication that now I know the truth, now I experience the truth. And it's so beautiful to, even if for a few seconds, to be able to be in that truth, the truth of who I am and who I am not. Every time that the truth is experienced, the falsehood emerges and fights back. But to keep the effort of remember my fortune, that now I know that I am not the mask, the puppet, the set of organs, but I am a tiny point of consciousness that has nothing to do with this set of organs or nothing to do with this physical dimension. To be in truth is to be able to know and to go home. Home that is in an incorporeal, timeless, spaceless dimension. A dimension full of the highest of highest peace, contentment, joy, an incorporeal world which is the home of the real I. It's the dimension where the beautiful Supreme Soul resides, and it's the dimension where I will always go back to. It's actually the dimension that I belong to. The fortune of being able to have access to the wisdom and to the knowledge shared by the highest intelligent being, the being that is the truth itself, the being that is constantly awake. And that is the highest fortune of all, is to be able to know you, is to be able to meet you, it's to be able to be with you, it's to be able to listen, study and learn your words, your sentences, your advices. Is to be able to experience who you are, where you are. And that is actually the biggest fortune of all. And yes, to know that is one thing, to experience that is another thing, and to be in a constant intoxication of that fortune is a completely different thing altogether. And that's the efforts to have, is to throughout the day in the episode to maintain that intoxication. The film, the episode, the drama is always moving, the script is always going, and many situations are happening in the film that look real, but if I'm able to maintain the intoxication of who I am and where I am, I'm going to be able to be unshakable every time a situation in the film comes, like the one that happened maybe 10 minutes ago, where a character acting and giving an order not to use a space in a physical house, and to notice the reactions of the demon, anger, but after that to be able to come again into the intoxication of who that being is, and that being was beautifully acting and following a script. And that is liberation, that is freedom from the lowest consciousness that is constantly judging the performance of other actors. But when I'm able to come again into the intoxication of the fortune of who I am and who that being is, I actually become free from all the criticism of that lowest consciousness against that beautiful being. So that's the true fortune of this time, this precious time, short time, called the Confluence Age, the age where I'm able to have the fortune to know the Supreme Soul, and the age where I'm able to go into the ascending stage, the time of the film, the Confluence Age, where I'm able to be purified while still being inside the physical form. And all of that is my fortune. All of that is brought by the amazing Supreme Soul that will always have a part with me in the film. And that is once again another fortune, to be able to, every 5,000 years, to be in the company of the truth. Almost like being asleep during 5,000 years, and then being able to be awakened by the light of that amazing, beautiful being. And that is my fortune. The effort is to be in that intoxication, and the real I have the disease of forgetfulness, and so it's necessary throughout the episode to create reminders of my fortune. Who am I? Where did I came from? Where am I? Where do I belong to? And where will I go to?